Hello everyone. It's it's been some time, and I'm very happy to be back here in the Hellish Quart community, hosting a Hellish Quart event. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to come back in style with some tournaments. Yeah, to host, and I see by the numbers of a number of players that joined here today that you are also eager to compete in a tournament. Also, Captain Adler opened the week with a very good tournament on Wednesday, very well organized, and I saw some improvements in how the game plays and how the game works, and I thought maybe it would be a good idea to maybe throw some tournaments and see also the current balance, how the game plays, and maybe come back and do more Hellish Quart events. Anyway, today we have a format that you guys are pretty used to, which is we got a underdogs tournament and a top dogs tournament. It's I divided them based on how people see the strength of those characters, but not only the strength, the actual performances that those character had. So in this first qualifier, you might say, we have um, Jendrek, Kalk, Gedi, Marie, Laszlo, Sava, Tarna, Hassan, Marina, and Marta. So characters that are not typically tournament winners. Most of the times, not even top three in tournaments. And then in the other one, we got Sam, Isabella, Jan, Barabash, Jacek, Alex, Zera, and Connor. Characters that usually perform really well, win tournaments, or end up in the top three. So I divided them into two tournaments where people can maybe choose a different path and see how things work. After that, we're gonna have like a final tourney where I can't hear you on Discord. Oh, you guys can hear me on Discord? That's strange. Um, Let me check if I got the correct settings. Mic
Mic
test.
test.
Can you guys hear me in Discord now? Any changes in Discord? It seems not. Great, we started this with an unexpected tech issue. But I got the correct settings. I'm gonna check mic
Mic
test.
test.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me just disconnect. Come back. Can you guys hear me now? Oh. Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I just changed something and went back. So anyway, long story short, so I won't repeat everything I've said It wasn't really that important. I just wanted to say that I've divided the characters into two tournaments. The first one is the Underdogs, which are characters that do not typically win tournaments or do very well. And another one where we have the best characters in the game as they are based on performances, tournament winners and the top threes and whatnot. So we're going to have two different experiences in those ones. Then there's going to be a final one where where everybody's invited, but you have to in order to be in the winners bracket and also use a character that you would want to play, you need to get a top 3 in one or the other. Otherwise, you can still compete, but you'll be assigned a random character. Anyway, that's something that is going to happen a little bit later after we finish with these two. Right now, let's just get straight to business and start fighting. I will share my screen so we can do the shuffling for the Underdogs, the Underdog tournament. As you know, we're trying to keep transparency here when it comes to matchmaking. Okay, let's do 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see the bracket. So we got Nullified versus Abir. Winner's gonna face Insigni. Basilar facing Captain Adler. Winner's gonna face Info. Julian is facing Oak. Winner's gonna face Subu. So that's an interesting match perspective there. And then we got Turkish Marie facing Agent Smash, a new player. The winner of that will face me. Fights in the winners bracket are 10 points. So 10 flags, but in the losers bracket it's only 5 flags. So fights over there are going to go pretty fast. So let's start the tournament, and we're going to take Nullified. Nullified, who's been doing really well in the 2 strikes community. He's won a lot of tournaments there. Let's see if he can bring that confidence from there into Hellish Quart. He's always been a very good Hellish Quart player as well, but I feel like in 2 strikes he's kind of found his mojo. But the opponent is going to be a very difficult one, prospect of the game. Abir. And here we go. Let me see if I know how to do this anymore. So Null on the left, Abir on the right. Best of 1, 10 points. Winner moves on. Loser will be in the lower bracket. We're going to try to make this fast. I'm aiming for 1 hour and a half of this first match. This first tourney. And here we go. Let's have a quick look at the options. Just make sure everything's fine. I added the slow-mo option back on. I realized that it actually looks pretty cool. Okay, should be good. Null takes left, and Abir takes right. We still got USFC tomorrow. Yeah, sure. Jendrek versus Jendrek. Jendrek Mirror. Nice. We start this tournament with one of the popular underdogs, if you want. Yeah, some feints there. So again, reminder that you're on the retro mode. Retro mode is a more arcadey version of the game, which means that you can whiff attacks in order to bait people without losing too much stamina. You can cancel attacks at any time. Attacks are also faster. So you can be a lot more creative with your gameplay. Nice. One from Null. And you can create some nice combos. Of course, the mode has its own issues, but nothing game-breaking. But yeah, for those who are not necessarily used to it or competing in it for the first time, although everybody here has been competing regularly in my events, just try to be creative with your attacks and even use some moves that you don't use very often. Oh, a jump there. And Abir takes the second flag, 2-1. I'm also a little bit surprised that oh, nice one. Null is not using Sava. I know he's been practicing with it last time when he was competing, but he also used to be a very big Yendrek fan at one point. Initially, the tournament was supposed to be 7 flags in both winners and lower, but I changed it to have a more impactful experience in the winners bracket and the more, let's say, chaotic experience in the lower bracket, where anything can happen. A lot of blocks here in this match. You don't see that very often. By the way, Subu, if you're listening or watching and you want to join the commentary, I'd be happy to have you. Four. Pretty balanced fight so far. Oh, nice dodge there from Abir, and Null takes the lead. I think it's the first time. Nice dash there from Abir. 5-5. Both went for the same idea, which is the liver shot. Oh, and the second attack does not land there, but goes for a jump and finally lands at 6-6. They both hit each other again. Yeah, this is a close fight. And honestly, I don't see anybody taking control. It's probably gonna be a close fight until the end. Oh, nice. Abir actually takes the 2-point lead, probably for the first time. Oh, and a nice one to the face there. Just clean attack. And Abir needs only one more. Again, the loser is not eliminated, but will fall into the lower bracket where things get complicated. Oh, a bunch of hits there. Oh. And finally, yeah, you gotta hit him with the axe head. I know that Kubo will change that aspect. So Abir wins 10-7. Congratulations. Moves on to the next round. Null will be waiting for his opponent. And we're gonna see Bazalar versus Captain Adler. I remember Bazalar was a Sam player, but Sam is not available in this tournament. Captain likes to play with Tarnavsky, and honestly, he's is a good Tarnavsky. And I think Tarnavsky is also one of the strongest, if not the strongest, character of this underdog roster. So it's going to be exciting to see him at work. Okay, just give me a second here. I think the game's volume might be a little bit too low. Master volume. I'm using volume. I mean, no, it looks okay, I think. Alright. Let's send the link to Basilar or Basilar. I know Basilar. I'm just gonna say like that. And Captain. Again, shout out to Captain for his event. I hope to see his. I hope to see him hosting events more often because it was a very pleasant experience. Ran very professionally for a first time. Connection was really good too. So yeah, why not? Okay, so Basilar takes left and Captain Adler takes right side. Yeah, Tarnavsky for Captain Adler as expected and Kalk for Basilar. I would really love to see so my join Tourney too if there's still space. I think there's one more slot if it wasn't taken already. I'll keep it to 12 people so it doesn't become too long. Double. I was saying that I really hope to see all the characters played tonight. It's something that I really like to see in tournaments. This is actually one of the reasons I split them like this, so each character can get maybe a little bit of love tonight. In all fairness, most of the times you see the guys that are in the top dogs tournament, like Jan, Isabella, Barabash, with a few exceptions. And of course, people are not to blame. It's not only about winning fights, but it's also about that some characters are more popular than others. Another double. Oh, nice side step there from Basilar. And I really like that I put the slow-mo back. It makes some of the kills a little bit more dramatic and impactful. And I think, yeah, like this one. And I think I missed that from the early HQ. I just remembered it when I was competing in Captain's Tourney. Like I thought some flags look cool. Ah, beautiful. Dash thrust. Yeah, another good example. 4-2. Basilar is taking control here. Nice. Captain with a quick flag. To reduce the deficit. These 10 points matches hit a little bit different than regular 7 flags matchups because things can get out of hand pretty quickly. Like this moment is 2-2, nice thrust. This moment is 2-2 and then all of a sudden it's 7-3 for the opponent. So nice control here from Basilar with Kalk. He's not trying to rush in, he's trying to snipe his opponent, but Captain with a quick cut to the arm gets his 4th point. Oh, nice one. Captain Adler now with the sneaky long guard move there. Oh, beautiful cut into thrust. 6-5. Yeah, Basilar does not give up so easily. He had the lead for a brief moment. Nice thrust to the belly. Yeah, Captain Adler a little bit more. He seems a little bit more confident into some of his attacks and moves. Oh, beautiful thrust to the face. And yeah, I was talking about the slow mo. I really think the slow mo kind of shows us the beauty of certain setups that players do. Nice chop. 7-7. Close fight. Next one is going to be Julian and Oak. I'm excited to see Oak back at work. But also Julian. Julian's also a good player. Yeah, captain with 1 point lead. Oh, nice. Through the guard there. 9-7 here for captain. Needs only one more to finish this and move to the next round. In the next round, he will face Info, I believe. Also excited to see Info because Marie has got some changes. And probably going to be a fun fight. Oh, nice. And that's it. Close fight, but Captain Nadler with a little bit more confidence wins the fight. 10-8. Basilar will have to wait a little bit until he faces his opponent in the lower bracket. We're going to the next one, Julian versus Oak. Julian on the left side, Oak on the right side. Let's see. I'm not sure if Oak is ready because I don't see him listening to the commentary, and that's. Oh, there he is. Probably just got the ping. Okay, there he is. And excited to see who he's going to play. Maybe he's gonna have like a surprise, but also he's most apart from his recent main, which is Jacek, he played Kalk and Laszlo for a long time, and I think this is a very good opportunity for him to play these characters, especially in this particular environment, which is without some of the hard hitters of the roster. Yeah, he's going for Kalk. Maybe he's going to alternate between them, or maybe he's just going to stick to Kalk. We'll see. Marina for Julian. And again, happy to see more characters being used. Nice cut into thrust, straight to the face. try to push, but with the new push system, it's a little bit harder. Not this time though. Oh, gets it. And again, another good push. Yeah, you can't blame him. That's the anti-Marina technique. And there's another problem with facing Marina, which is people don't necessarily use the push against her because it's easier. It's mostly because everything else is just very hard. That's kind of the idea. It's pretty difficult to whiff punish her. It's and also if you don't have good leg attacks, which is she's also vulnerable to, it becomes a pretty difficult puzzle to solve. But not for Oak here though. He takes complete control. And after landing a few pushes, oh, does not land the follow-up here. He can also focus on some other techniques. Nice side step there from Julian. Oh, hits him through the guard there. And 2 hit the combo there from Julian, and he scores, I think, his second flag. Still pretty far behind, but it's looking a little bit more respectable now, and I think he has a chance. And within the first 5 flags, and again he gets the third. Within the first 5, it was looking like Oak was gonna get away with it. And Oak is one of those guys that if he gets a lead on you, he's just gonna... It's gonna be very hard to beat him. Yeah, goes back to the push. Smart move, I'd say. Just to get again some distance, scoring wise. 6-3. Oh, caught him there with I think it was hit through guard. Looked a little bit weird. Probably canceled it. And now it's a fight. Back X. Probably Oak remembered that he has that move, and it goes for that really nice combo. I really like that move. 7-4. Again, Julian has done a great job of closing the gap, but we are getting close to the end of the fight. So at some point he will have to break through. 8-4. Oh, nice dash thrust. A pretty solid move from Marina. 8-5. Oh, and a quick cut. Just catches Julian in. Yeah, sometimes just throwing a neutral attack works. And it's 9-5, and it's not a job. Nice push. Secures the win. 10-5. Props to Julian, though. He had some good moments in the fight where it was looking like he was going to come back. But Oak eventually secured it and set up a very interesting clash with Subu in the next round. And next we have Turkish Marie. Um, I know who this is, but I for some reason I just can't remember his what was his name before. It was also something with Turk, but I can't remember. I can't remember what his name was. Versus Agent Smash, new player of the community. Excited to see how he plays. Also, I don't know where Agent Smash is from. Hopefully, he doesn't have bad connection. No sign of either Turk or Agent Smash. Oh, there he is. Oh. Okay, so Turk is not answering, and Agent Smash has to relog to Parsec. Let's not waste time, and let's do the next fight, which is Abir versus Insigni. Sorry, Insigni versus Abir.
Hello?
Hello, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I just recently graduated the other day. That's why I couldn't show up to Captain Adler's tournament, but got some
Congratulations.
spare time now, so yeah,
Congratulations. Happy to hear that. And happy
thanks.
to hear you again. I actually missed some of the events that we were doing together, like commenting and
Hmm.
stuff. And I thought that I'd really love to see you join the commentary. Have you noticed who's your opponent right from the bat?
Yes, I have. Yeah, that's really exciting. I saw Oak is playing Calc, but I wonder if he'll switch it up with Laszlo or not. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Also quite curious to see who you're gonna pick because I can't really put my finger on a character that you would use. I have a hunch, but I'm not gonna say anything until I see it.
Fair
Um,
enough.
okay. Agent Smash is relogging a Turkish Marie. What was his name before Turkish Marie?
British Turk,
British Turk.
that
Yeah.
was his name.
Okay. Yeah. I knew who he was, but I knew he had a different name before. Okay. Also, can you join as well?
Oh yeah,
The
clicking
link
the
is
link now.
called. Yeah. It's been some time since we had at an event.
Yeah. And it's nice to see the game going in a positive direction again. I know the progress is kind of slow and people want it to speed up, understandably so, but we're seeing Marie get some buffs. The game looks a little cleaner. Like, that's
Yeah.
already a good sign.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump on the hype train and say that, oh wow, the game is amazing right now and whatnot. It still has some of the issues that it had before, but I have to say it does look like it's going into the right direction. It felt
Yeah.
it felt pretty good on Wednesday when I played on the captains. It also felt when I played on my own, and this is also one of the reasons I wanted to try. Let me see like a longer competitive event and see what happens. So far, it's looking good. Not amazing, but
Hmm.
it's pretty good. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we've seen some changes. Insigni taking left side and Abir taking right side. Oh, I think Insigni needs keyboard. Yeah. What do you think about this structure with the characters and everything? Insigni left side. Yeah.
I really like it. Because the first tournament, we get a chance to see like a bunch of characters we don't see as much of, or at least if we do see them, they tend to be regarded as underdogs. So a lot of players are having to move away from the meta a little bit and try something new,
Mm-hmm.
which I think creates a lot of interesting fights we don't normally see.
Yeah.
But then everyone still gets the chance to play the meta characters if they so choose. And actually, some players don't play the meta characters, so it'll be interesting to see like what they do with
Mm-hmm.
the tools that they're being granted in the second event. And the fact that your performance determines, I believe, whether you can select your main in the third one. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's exactly the
Yeah.
same system. Like you get top three, you get the ability to use all the characters from that specific category. So if someone
Okay,
gets,
yeah.
yeah, if you get a top three here, it means you can use all the characters from this selective category. Obviously, if you get top
Cool.
three in both categories, it means you can use all the characters on the roster. And it's not only
Yeah.
that, you also get the ability to start from the winner's bracket. Um, Opposed to starting directly from the lower bracket if you don't get a top three position. The last tourney is supposed to be something like a little bit shorter with like some people will have an advantage and some people will have to like climb and you know be at the mercy of the wheel.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, it creates some interesting fights that you don't see very often. Even Getty versus Jendrek, although somewhat popular characters compared to some others, you don't see this matchup almost
Hmm.
like ever.
Yeah.
So it's nice
Yeah,
to see.
when people think of a counter to Gideon, I feel like Yendrik's not the one that comes to mind. Not that he can't do it, it's just I feel like Gideon can really mix it up close, so a Yendrik player has to be on point with the distance management to keep him at bay.
Oh, gets out traded there. I think Getty is also probably one of the stronger characters of this lineup. And
Hmm.
Insignia, apart from being a good player, is also uh, or used to be Getty main, which
Yeah.
gives him the ability to perform maybe a lot better than some other players here. And we see it already. It's 4-3.
Yeah. And I think what he tried there was actually really intelligent. He let two of the attacks whiff, and then he was trying to set up an attack to immediately hit a beer, but a beer does this 3-hit combo, which he didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
So a beer scoring 2 flags in a row, I think, with the same combo.
Quite surprised to see Abir's choice. I was
Hmm.
expecting to see him pick one of the available sabers, because usually saber players just kind of gravitate towards other sabers if they're available. But
Yeah.
probably he didn't see anything that would, you know, that would be
Yeah.
on his alley.
Nice sidestep. Yeah, that's generally a pretty good idea against Yendrik. He's very good with the linear movement, and it's not that he doesn't have sidesteps, it's just that he kind of loses track of you. a little bit easier than some other characters because of his top-heavy weapon and the way his moves are set up. So if you can sidestep him, it's often a good idea.
Yeah, and Getty does have pretty strong, fast side steps. They don't necessarily have a lot of reach, but when you get close, you can quickly burst to the sides with a quick side step and take control. Oh,
Yeah,
goes for the
nice grab. Yeah, that was really intelligent, actually. Especially because the axe head wasn't really threatening him, so the worst that would have happened there was a stun, which would have still sucked, but I think it was worth taking that risk to go for the grab. And this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, like, Yendrick does great at range, but if Gideon makes it messy, it feels like it mostly goes in Gideon's favor unless Yendrick gets the first hit. Like, if he can punch, he might be able to win out still, but he has to land that before Gideon is even close to landing something. Nice.
Yeah, 86. It's still not over. Abir is also pretty active.
Yeah, you get
with his setups. Nice.
Nice. The half ate that cut. Thankfully for a beer.
Oh, I thought he
nice.
was gonna get the liver shot, but actually Giddy ate it.
Yeah.
And out traded him. Oh,
nice parry.
Yeah. Very good fight. I would say that Insignia was pretty much leading the entire fight, so I didn't feel he was in danger at any point, and he eventually gets the win. Abir will have to climb his way back up from the lower bracket where fights are going to be a little bit more chaotic with only 5 flags, as I said. And we're going to move on to the next one, which was supposed to be Turkish Marie. I've actually played a little bit of Marie these days, and she feels good. She feels, I wouldn't say really good, but good. Like the attacks that should connect and kill or hit, they most of the times do. So a good Marie is gonna be pretty an important factor here in this tournament. Alright, I haven't seen Agent Smash playing. I think he fought in USFC.
Yes, he has at least a couple times.
Do you know if he's from Europe or North America? Have any idea?
I believe he's from Europe. I'll double check that. He should have that listed on his profile.
Oh, no.
Oh, from Asia, actually, not Europe.
Oh, we got the error. Not good.
Alright, well, I was right that he's far away, but he's from Asia, which is even worse.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I'm gonna try again with the link. If it doesn't work, I will send him a Steam link. Steam has the ability, although it's not always the best option connection-wise, at least it works compared to Parsec. Like Parsec, sometimes downright just refuses to accept a connection. But sometimes it works after trying a few times. With Parsec as well. Sometimes I even get with people who I never get connection issues like ever. But yeah, it seems that it's again a problem. I'm gonna send him Steam because Turk is on keyboard, which makes things a little bit easier for us. And hope it's gonna be fine for him, but yeah. Usami seems to be doing pretty good from Asia, but I think she's an exception.
Yeah,
Thing is, Usami doesn't necessarily have a good connection all the time or whatnot. It's just that she has developed a very particular style that is very economical. I mean, a lot of
hmm,
moves that usually work with or without lag, and she's circling between those strategies and setups in a way that is very
yeah,
difficult to deal with. That's kind of the way her strategy works, and that's actually
yeah,
a pretty good strategy for playing with high ping. Because on high ping you can't
yeah,
do a lot of the quick feints and all that stuff. Um, so you have to kind of develop a style that is more grounded, more focused
hmm,
on moves that do not necessarily have like a big wind up or some sort of quirks to them, just regular safe moves, and that's how you can perform better.
yeah.
Uh, oh, I have to 1 second, guys. I have to put on the names. My bad.
Cool. There's
Uh,
something to be said about reading your opponent and sort of anticipating in advance like what your opponent will do too. Even if you're delayed, if you manage to do that,
yeah,
you're sort of able to plan in advance, input your stuff almost in advance, like anticipating what they're gonna do. That goes a long way as well. It's like in chess, like the ability to just envision what your opponent wants and then immediately adapt to that as a preemptive measure.
yeah, you can go. Here we go. Let's see. Marina for Agent Smash and Turkish Marie, obviously with Marie. I think
Yeah,
this is a tricky matchup for Marie.
yeah. Yeah, although Marie was buffed pretty significantly, I do think her bad matchups are still the same. There's the same characters who tend to win against her still have the same advantages.
Yeah.
What's changed is just that it feels like Marie rewards skill more. So it's not like there's a matchup she can't win. Like I even seen her do well against Isabella.
Mhm.
She lost the fight that I'm thinking of, but it was very, very close. So it's definitely winnable now.
The thing is, um, a lot of the complaints that were made about Marie were indeed valid complaints, which was like the
Yeah,
accuracy and whatnot. But part of her becoming even the weakest at some point on the roster was not only that, but also her design or the idea of
yeah,
rapier. And you added those problems that she had with the design itself, and then
yeah,
obviously you got a low tier character. But even now that she got some of the things fixed and she's a little bit better, that doesn't take the design away. And that's
yeah,
something that in Hellish Quart will stay pretty much forever. Like some characters are designed to be stronger than others. Like for example,
yeah,
even with Isabella, you can do a lot of things to her, but she has a very valid, very varied toolkit with range and power and like some things that you will never take away from her. So
yeah,
even if she has some bugs or something like that, she will still be competitive no matter what because of the design that she
yeah,
has.
yeah. And it's kind of a similar situation with I think Yan and Barbash. They have a very solid base,
Yeah.
and their moves are all very viable. Barbash with his fast sidesteps, his fast cuts, and then Yan with his very versatile moveset.
Yeah.
Even if you were to nerf those two, I think they would still be pretty viable.
Yeah. It's just as Alex is a very good example. Like for example,
Hmm.
like he keeps his sword high, which means that it's very difficult to land head strikes on him. That's never gonna go
Yes.
away, no matter what you do,
Yeah.
unless you
Yep.
artificially implement some sort of nerf to him, which wouldn't make sense. I mean, obviously you'd want him
Yeah.
to be strong there, right? Maybe weaker
Yeah.
in other sides, but That's where he should be
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah, and that's the best balanced characters in this game. I think have that. Like I've kind of said before, Tarnowski is almost like an Alexander that's balanced better. He
Yeah.
doesn't block high as well, but there's some similarities because they both hit like a truck. But Tarnowski pays for that damage with, exposed areas in his body and some openings that if you're really smart, you can exploit. But
Yeah.
they're also really tricky, so it's not like he's just easy to read the whole time in the hands of a skilled player. There's some very clear weaknesses to back up his amazing strengths.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, back to the fight. We have a pretty close fight here. 3-2 for Turk. They're playing
Ooh.
this very strategically, I can see.
Yeah. I wonder if that's to Agent Smash's detriment because I feel like you've got the shorter weapon, so it's on you to, at some point, make it messy and close in. You obviously don't want to overdo that, but if you spend too much time in Marie's range, you're just creating opportunities for Turk to cut your leg, to thrust, and do all these other things.
Yeah, you gotta find the balance though, because also rushing in or being a little bit too aggressive can get you hit pretty easily. Because Marie does have some pretty good options in close range as well.
Yeah,
And both Turk and Info, for example, use those very well. Like as soon as you get into their range, they're gonna hit you with something quick. So you gotta make it,
yeah,
gotta be a little bit strategic. Like sometimes you stay in range, sometimes you have a little bit of burst. But as you said, um, it's generally not a good idea to fight Marie's fight, which is try to stay in
yeah,
range and hit it. I think somebody asked on the server um, the other day about Isabella, and I replied with the same thing that I would say about Marie, which is if you fight the longswords fight, you're most likely going to lose. So if you're just thinking,
yeah,
you know what, I'm gonna stay in distance and just outrange the longsword with long range moves that I have, it's just not gonna work. Maybe it's gonna work once,
yeah,
maybe it's gonna work twice, but on the long run, it's not gonna work because that's the longsword's game. Yeah,
yes,
and the same is for rapier. This is the rapier's game. So
yeah.
yeah, uh, small lead here for Turk. Let's see how Agent is going to adjust here. It's probably the connection is as well. The first time playing on my host, a bunch of ping as well, so it's not easy
Yes.
to execute, complex strategies.
Yeah, that could well be a big part of it as well. Charging in there, that Y thrust, which is actually an effective move, but I feel like it leaves you very exposed.
Yeah, and I think Kubo
Um,
has made some changes to the camera or something because I feel like it's more of a
yeah,
wide view to it, right?
yeah, I can't quite put my finger on it, but something is definitely different. Nice mix up
Yeah,
there, going high than low.
it looks like a bigger map, because it's like wider. uh,
Yeah. Okay, it's still a fight. That kill was pretty important, I think, for Agent Smash. Very nice. Going low once he sort of beat the rapier instead of going
oh,
low with an opening. Nice.
yeah, and that's why I
So
put
this is a
the
very important thing.
that's
Hmm.
why I put the slow mo on. I was talking about it earlier. You get to see a little bit more of some of these nice snipes and setups that players
Yeah,
do. That was a good example. But
yeah,
yeah, Agent Smash is doing what he's supposed to do, just immediately coming back and trying to steal a flag. 6-5.
yeah. I think the one thing he's doing wrong is sometimes he's initiating attacks from way out of measure, and I'm assuming it's to try and beat the blade. But Turk knows you're trying to do that, so he's not going to let you beat his blade. He's going to move out of the way, or he's going to stab your hand while you're trying to do that. So it's not to say blade beats are worthless, but you gotta mix it up more. So it's very hard for him to predict what you're doing. And I will say, Marie's guard, it's still a bit flimsy as it should be. The mass is more towards the hand, but she is able to block more stuff, it seems, than she used to be able to. So worth keeping in mind. Oh, wins the trade. And that hand protection, Kupal made some changes to the hand protection across the board, so it's more accurate. And so Marie actually does protect her hand with that guard pretty well. So
Oh
you
yeah,
might
I've
not
seen
be able to
some
snipe her
changes
hand as easily as before.
about the
Yeah,
hand guards, which is a welcome change to be honest, because so far we weren't really sure if hand guards really work as they should,
yeah,
or like sometimes we saw characters blocking with their guards, but we weren't sure if it was actually the hand guard or just the
yeah,
blade itself, just that it wasn't the visual.
yeah.
So it's a welcome change.
Okay, for sure. Using long guard there now, which with Marina it's interesting because it's not just for stabs. It actually does okay against cuts as well. But she doesn't move as fast when she's using that guard. So maybe it will be good against Marie. We'll see. Definitely a close fight now.
Yeah, absolutely. Agent Smash is
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
strapped to the face. Is coming back, but again, we're getting close to the end of the fight, and if he's not gonna take over, I mean, he was very good at closing the distance in the fight and in the score, but
Yeah.
there needs to be a breakthrough moment, and I feel like it
Yes.
should be around now.
Yeah.
Turk is
And again,
taking.
I think it's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, I think it's the fact that he's not getting his distance right in some of these
Oh,
moves. That was good, though. He sort of
this time, yeah.
canceled his
Hmm.
dash in attack and then moved in. That was good. If he does more of that, it'll be really tough for Turk. Because I think Turk thought he was going to dash and then whiff, but then out of nowhere, he suddenly shot forward again. That was really good. He's got to stop whiffing these attacks and focus more on hitting the target. Might be some lag going on, too, though, in Agent Smash's defense. Oof. Yeah, see, even against the shield, before Marie had a hell of a time getting past the shield because it felt like any contact with the shield meant the blade would just skid away somewhere. But now we're seeing Marie can
Oh,
occasionally dip under or dip to the side and still get a hit.
yeah, hit him on the body.
That said, I think Turk is making it look easier than it actually is. I'm sure he's sweating too, especially if the score is so close.
Yeah, some really close fights so far. Oh, that was a good
Oh,
attempt from my agent.
yeah,
Just a little bit out
yeah.
of range.
He really wants to bat that rapier out of the way.
Yeah. That
Nice
again with
jab
the
there,
forward
using the
cut.
fast moves.
Oh,
Well,
tried.
pushes out of
Yeah,
measure too.
got a
Nice.
little bit aggressive there, and Turkish Marie wins 10 to 8. That was a pretty interesting fight. Agent Smash did a good job. We're gonna see him again in the lower bracket, but that was a good fight. We're gonna see another info, another Marie now that info is going to play, unless she has other plans, but I don't believe so. And info is going to face Captain Adler. So most likely we're gonna see Marie versus Tarnowski, which is a pretty interesting matchup given the new circumstances. And after that, we're gonna see your fight with
Hmm.
Oak.
I cannot play against Shields after he wins.
Had to play like 3 frames ahead. Yeah. What can you do? What can you do? Okay, info is here. Captain Adler is here. Let's see the new info with the new Marie. Gonna put some pressure on her. Info on the left. Captain Adler on the right. Is there an issue? Hopefully not. Can't take side. Probably because of Steam. You know what? Just gonna quickly restart the game. Do you mind if I leave you alone for like a minute or two?
Yeah, that's fine.
Just gonna get some water. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, no worries.
Info on the left and Captain on the right. There you go. Marie versus Tarna. Reach and speed versus power. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are back.
Yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, I gave Major K this sort of trio to play with for a survival run. He's been looking for good trio ideas that are based around certain themes, and I essentially did a D&D campaign for him. He had to play with Tarnowski, who I said is a fighter. You can maybe argue barbarian, but I decided to go with fighter. Just, sort of a classic, basic warrior. And then Barabash is the rogue in his setup, and then I made Marta the sorcerer. That was just before the Marie buffs. I might have made Marie the sorcerer, but decided Marta fit that build better anyway with the getup. But yeah, Tarnowski, like, he very much mixes it up. He's tanky, he has power. We are playing a Baldur's Gate campaign, by the way, Turk. Tau, Piper, and I currently in the middle of one. You could totally join us. Although, if we do more than 4 people, we'd have to install a mod for that. But if there is a spot available, we do that every Sunday. They're not based on Hellish Quart characters, I'm afraid, but that is a great idea. I love that. Making them Hellish Quart based, maybe even basing our weapons off of the Hellish Quart characters. Anyway, back to the fight, because I don't want to focus too much on other topics, otherwise I'm going to completely lose focus of the fight here. Info is actually up a flag. Tarnowski has the potential to just bat that rapier aside and dominate the center that way. Sort of clear space and then get in. The problem is his attacks are big and they can be somewhat predictable, and that hand protection, I think, really helps Info here. Before it was questionable if it ever was helping Marie, as Venator was saying, but now it very much is. You're seeing these wide swings. If they hit the hand protection, they often are deflected. There we saw there's like a gap in that swept hilt where you can still cut the hand, and that looks like that's where Captain Adler landed a hit. But if it's coming straight down towards the meat of that swept hilt, it often will be blocked. Plus there's a crossguard there. And I like what Info's doing. Little jabs, not overextending, keeping distance. This is what you want to do against an opponent like Tarnowski. He's also slower moving, so he'll have a tough time, despite the fact that he's obligated to close the distance, having the shorter weapon. It actually is kind of difficult to do that without clearing the rapier first. which is what he's trying to do, but it's not paying off.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect range management there for info.
It's a small sword, but it is pretty broad, I would say, Clemino. But I get what you're saying. It's short, and he has these big moves. It's well, it's Meyer. That's what he's based on.
The big change that we
Yeah, it's
see,
short, but it's heavy.
the big change that we see about Marie, it's not only in the technicalities of the game. It's just that you see people respecting the rapier now, which is what should happen.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Yes.
wasn't happen before. People would not were not respecting. I wasn't respecting rapier. Like I was going Laszlo and just do long guard and
Yeah.
just kill Marie. But
Yeah.
that's not how it should be.
Yeah.
Like yes, the rapier should be very vulnerable if you get close, but the hard part is getting close.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh, nice little blade beat, but we're also seeing, like, even though Marie gets blade beated some of the time,
Ooh.
it's not sort of ending the fight for info. Like, it's not like, oh shit, the rapier's been beat, now there's nothing I can do. It's still on Captain Adler to somehow close in to capitalize on that. But no kill. Some cuts there to mix it up. Nice. Using the range. Yeah, her weapon's not the best for cutting, but it is a long, straight weapon. So fundamentally, like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. 10-4, and a very solid win here for info. And Captain will be fighting in the lower bracket a little bit later. And now we're gonna see Subu fighting Oak. Oak has already had his first match, so maybe he's a little bit more warmed up. But it's a 10 flag fight, which means that both players will have the chance to adjust to whatever is happening. So I'm giving Subu his controller here. Here we go. I would say Oak definitely feels probably a little bit more comfortable in this environment because he's using characters that he actually won some tournaments with. Yep, my hunch was correct. That's the character that I thought they were gonna pick. Here we go. Generally speaking, a tough matchup for Cock. And Subu can be a pretty annoying in the good sense, Martha to fight against. He only uses her in tournaments like this where he's forced by the rule set, but he usually does very well with her. He has a couple of tricks under his sleeve. The difference is that Oak has fought many Martas and has somewhat adjusted to fighting her. Oh, that second attack there did not kill, but eventually it does. Has fought many Martas. So it's one of those things where one of them has like the foundation advantage, but the other one has the higher ceiling. That's a common thing in I don't know, fighting game competition. Oh, try to kick there. Pretty sure he didn't want to do that, but yeah, Subu scores his second. Oh, and a nice side step here, and it's 3-2, a comeback here for Subu. Another double. We might see rapiers do a good job here in this event. Not a lot of other characters that are necessarily rapier killers here in this tournament. Nice chop. 3-3. Kalk does have long range moves of his own. Oh, he goes for the cut here and immediately pays for it. 4-3. 4-4. It's also the underdog. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pun, considering that the tournament is called Underdog. Oh, yeah, Subu pays for the spam there. It's also the idea that Subu is going in this fight without feeling the pressure that he needs to win this fight, or that he has the better character, or uh, he knows that he's, in terms of experience, he's at a disadvantage with the characters used, and sometimes that is a good morale booster, because you have less pressure on your shoulders and you can fight better. Yeah, this time Oak wins the trade, and he's now 2 points ahead. Takes the lead back from Subu. Let's see what Subu does here. Maybe he's going to try a different thing. No, he's still going for the side steps. And gets the kill. Oh, a cut into the back X there, but the back X did not reach Subu. Yeah, some side steps there. I have to say I'm not a huge fan of this Martha skin. I understand the idea behind it, and I know where it's taken from, but I just... It's not very aesthetically pleasing for me. In the meantime, Kalk still does not have a second skin. One of the few characters that is still base. 8-7. Close fight. And at this point is down to who's a little bit more focused. Is it the orange boots? Kind of everything. I don't think there's anything that I particularly like about it. Not even the hat. Oh, nice again, a side step. 9-8. Let's see if this goes down to the last flag. 2 match points here for Oak. But this could easily turn into a loss if not careful. circling. Oh, try to chop there. I think it was blocked by Subu's attack. And we're down to the last flag. It's from Commedia dell'arte. That's where it's inspired from. Oh, and he goes for with the side steps and eventually gets it. And Subu wins 10-9. Close fight. As expected it to be, and turns out that Subu's pick, the one that I thought he was gonna use, worked in his favor. And Oak is down to the lower bracket. We're gonna see him a little bit later. Now we're gonna see. I'm gonna make my debut in the tournament, and I'm going to be fighting Turk.
Wow, GG. My heart is just racing, man. That was an amazing fight.
Yeah, it was. It was indeed. All right. So I am going to be on the left. Turk is going to be on the right. And we're going to have a Marie mirror.
Love to see it.
Yeah, I'm also playing rapiers only when the situation requires it. I'm not the main.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm much the same. I'm not really a fan of the thrusting gameplay, but if I need to use it, I need to use it. That's how it is. So.
Yeah.
I could have used Sava against Oak, but I saw a bunch of ways that could go wrong because of the experience difference. Whereas I'm experienced with Marta, so it's like I felt like I had a better shot at using all of her tools to my advantage. With Sava, I'd be using like a couple moves trying to make them work, and if Oak found a way to counter them, which he was finding a way to counter Marta's moves too, it has to be said, it would not have been good. So I think I made the right call. Yeah, and it felt like Oak said it was intense as well for him. It felt like I had to really tighten up with Marta, so you were mentioning the spam. A Venator was mentioning the spam. And it's something I'm known for, but I had to tone it down towards the end of the fight because Oak was starting to get the 2-point advantage. So I had to tighten it up and only do those attacks when Oak is presenting an opening. So it was very tactical, really intense towards the end. But enough of that fight. While my heart calms down a little bit, we got the Marie mirror. And it's really anybody's game so far. They're both playing really dynamic. Marie, I would say Venator dips under. A little bit of a risk there, but you got to take those types of gambles, it feels like, in this matchup. Go for those deep targets, because that's where you're going to get the kill shots. And that's what Turk was trying there, but nice thrust to the arm. Yeah, and Venator's a lot like me with Marta, with Marie. He doesn't play Marie a whole lot, but he at least has the fundamental experience from years of playing the game and fighting other Maries too. So I'd say he has a very solid understanding of what Marie can do, and it's showing. Tries to go low. Nice, okay. He actually does get a bit of a linger. And then there's a solid hit from Turk. Strange rendition of a Zoro. Yeah, I think it's obviously based on Zoro. That's not a secret. Marta's skin. I think there was something else it was based on too, like something from an opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just Google it, then you'll understand.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, there's a bit of a dual influence there, but especially that, I think. As a general rule, Kubel takes the clothing like from real life clothing, so he's trying to base it off of historical stuff as much as possible. I know people hate on his shorts a lot, and I get why, but he does have one short where he does show a bit of that process, which is kind of neat to get a little bit of an insider view into. And it's close now. Turk is starting to close the gap. So I like about these 10 flag fights, it feels like there's time to adapt. You can be down the whole fight, but if something clicks or you change something, it feels like there's always a chance to come back.
Yeah, and especially since we're not doing like best of something, I thought that
Yeah,
it's probably a better idea to just
yeah. Really liking it so far. Double lunge from both. Both of them try throwing punches. Turk a little bit unlucky with his punch, maybe a bit too far, I'm not sure. And Venator lands a really decisive hit there up close. Perhaps a grab was warranted there, but it's tough to say. If you mess up a grab in this matchup, you're eating a point to the face. So, but yeah, I was wondering if in a situation like that, grabbing is even more efficient. But it's tough. Marie has these quick jabs that could probably interrupt a grab attempt in the blink of an eye. So I feel like the Marie grabs probably work better against other characters besides Marie, because Marie is more likely to respect the range than, say, a Saber character who wants to walk you down, which is the opposite of what you want to do if you're being grabbed. A lot of the time, anyway. But Venator needs one more. I like how Venator is applying a lot of pressure here, forcing Turk into the corner. Yeah, not much room to maneuver, especially if they reach that rapier, but Turk takes the gamble and goes straight for the lunge. I think that was the right call. Even if Venator was able to defend it, I still think he had to find some way to get momentum back on his side. Yeah, Venator's going for very economical attacks now. He really wants to just finish it without much of a fuss. Get the clean punishes in, force Turk into the corner where he can't move. Turk's having to dash a lot. Nice bait with the dash by Venator, but isn't quite able to get Turk to bite enough such that he can get a clean hit. There, the thrust was deflected. That might have been Turk's chance to punish Venator, but again, very easy for me to sit here and say that when Turk doesn't want to be overzealous about it and quickly lose the fight. So it's totally understandable that he didn't take the opportunity or potential opportunity. Maybe I'm wrong, but still, nice sidesteps there by Turk. And yeah, Turk, oof, I thought that was it, but it's a double. But I do think Turk is playing this really well now that he's about to lose. I feel that because I was about to lose my fight, but then out of nowhere, you lock in, you come up with some alternate strategy or way of playing, whatever it is. The double lunge forces it right in there. Nice by Venator.
GG. GG. That was a good fight. Really good defensive play here from Turk. But I think the pressure made him make some mistakes every now and then. I was able
Mm-hmm.
to land some of the attacks. But yeah, it's not over for him. We're gonna see him fighting very soon. Actually, now we're gonna have a bunch of 5 flags matches, um, 6 in total. So Turkish Marie, Null, Oak, Basilar, Captain Adler, Julian, Abir, and Agent Smash. So you guys are going to be on for 1 or potentially 2 fights. So stay close, yeah, because we want to do these fast. So let's go ahead with the 5 flag thing, as I said. And okay, Turkish Marie just fought, so we're gonna give him a little bit of a break. Let's go with Oak and Basilar. Oak on the left, Basilar on the right. This is just a 5 flags fight.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Sure. Yeah, so we're gonna do Basilar versus Oak, and then we're gonna do Turkish versus Null, then Captain Julian, then Abir and Agent Smash. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fast. So Oak. Okay, there he is. Okay, Oak takes left side, Basilar takes right side. Again, only a 5 flags fight. Oak left, Basilar right. Even keyboard. Yeah.
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, it's Calc Mirror.
Loving what I'm seeing from Calc so far today, by the way. Very stylish character. His moves look really clean in this version of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what Kupal changed with him, or if he changed the physics or something, but it just looks way better.
Yeah, he said something about collisions and you can
Yeah,
see you don't see that much
nice.
problem that many problems with
Yeah,
collisions. Look a little bit better. 1-1. Yeah.
yeah.
Nice
Nice hit
move.
to the hand there. Yeah, Bachelor, like, he's fighting an opponent who has so much experience with Calc. His best bet is going to be to try and catch him or over by surprise or something he might not be expecting. I like the taunt attempt there, actually, to try and cut for the hand. That was a good try. Yeah, the taunts there, Oak will have to keep that in mind, but I think Oak is used to playing a very tight game with Calc, so we're seeing here he's still punishing with that hit to the hand, the quick stab. I don't think he's biting with the taunts. I love the attempt, but I think he's gonna have to change something. Thing with the taunt as well is if you simply move back, you actually can just counter it, so. Or if you at least space
Nice.
yourself properly. Nice usage. I think that's the down forward Y stab actually.
Yep.
Hits like a truck there.
And that's it. Fight is over. Oak wins it 5-1. Although Basilar managed to score the first flag, Oak was simply a little bit more experienced and got the job done. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is Turkish Marie versus Null. We want these lower bracket fights to be like automatic fire, like go
Hmm.
quickly. Okay, there's Turkish Marie.
Calc's not really a nobleman club, you know. I see why you think so. He kind of gives that vibe. I'd say he's more like middle class because he like owns a mill. He did some adventuring. He definitely has some money. He has access to books and stuff, but he's not really a noble. He needs those puffy pants though. Maybe a noble skin. That would be cool. Like it's not even Calc per se, but like some other guy about the same fighting style and everything. That would be cool. Or it could be Calc himself. Maybe he's got fancy pants like that, stashed away somewhere. Those of you who've seen his Hema skin or have seen any of like Myers plates, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, there's null. Turk. Turk left side. Nullified right side.
Beer brings up an interesting point about Hassan. I actually think he might be the weakest character in the game right now, now that Marie received that buff. I don't know what your thoughts are on that Venator, but we just don't see him very often. His
Yeah.
playstyle seems very basic.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a weak character, but by
Hmm.
comparison with everybody, he might be the weakest.
Yeah,
It doesn't really have much to work with compared to some other characters.
yeah,
Like, of course, you can make him work, but I don't know if somebody really wants to beat you, then it's probably
yeah.
difficult. Anyway, back to this fight here. Null going
Hmm.
back to his Sava. We'll see what happens here. By the way, guys, maybe you're a little bit concerned on the time. Um, honestly, I thought it was gonna go a little bit faster. Maybe the final tournament that I was planning, maybe it's gonna be just like a very short elimination thing with only the medalists of the two tournaments. Because at the rate this is going, is probably unlikely that we're gonna have like 3 full-on tournaments. But we'll see. We'll see how
Yeah.
everything goes, and I'll take a decision at that time. But um, like if we do only with medalists, worst case scenario we have only like 6 people, and that will like an elimination thing that will go pretty fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2-2 here. Oh, goes for the feint move and
Ooh.
actually lands it. Yeah, null with the third kill here.
Yeah, that looked really risky. He was moving into the point of the rapier, but his opponent didn't throw an attack, so it paid off. Nice.
Um,
He kind of, it looked like he fainted slightly and then went for it, and Turk wasn't ready.
yeah, and also to make it a little bit smoother, we're gonna do something else here. The winner of this fight will immediately fight Oak, who's also ready to fight, and then when we're gonna go to the other matches, uh, they can also fight immediately,
Yeah.
so we don't switch people back and forth on Parsec. Oh, nice shots at the chest
Nice.
there, 4-3.
It's interesting in this matchup, Sava isn't using his dagger very much. You'd think he'd want to, almost, like he'd want to close in and just start stabbing, but it's not easy to pull off in practice. He really does a good job with the zoning game. So that's how Zero is playing it, and it's working out well. Also, I feel like if you go with the dagger, you have to be so careful of a Marie just grabbing you. So
Yeah.
that might be another reason why that's not so viable.
Yeah. 5 flags fights can go like this. Like, one moment you're just very close to winning, and then now it's down to the last flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can never really be very sure of the outcome. Oh, well, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, Null keeps his composure and wins 5-4 and continues to the next one. We'll be right back to you, don't worry. So we're doing Oak versus Null now. This time we're going to take into consideration the number of flags scored on who's going to be left and who's going to be right. So let's get Oak in. And he's going to face Null. A matchup that used to be popular like a few years ago in the Hellish Quart community. Oak and Null being two veterans. Null hasn't been that active in the past 2 years, let's say, but still.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. Okay. Okay, Oak taking left and Null taking right. Cog Mirror.
Love it. Yeah, it seems like Nullified is of the same mind. Like, I considered Sava against Calc just because he's Saber, but then came to the conclusion that maybe that's not the best pick, especially because Nullified has more experience with probably Calc than Sava by far. Better to go with the character you know better, rather than this new sort of gimmicky character. Certainly in this situation. I will say though, Nullified Sava is looking pretty good. I like to see that there's at least some people who are making him work well. Combination there, but a beautiful combo of the upcut, and they both get way too close, so it's down to whoever can punch or grab first. Clearly that was a calculated... I think Oak was prepared to get that close first, and so that punch was ready. That's often what happens when you're so close you can't really throw cuts. It's whoever realizes it's time to, like, punch, it's time to grab, it's time to do one of these things, that's who's gonna win. Whoever's caught off guard tends to lose unless they were preemptively doing something and got lucky. Which can happen. Nice. Again, very clean attacks there. That stab seems like it missed, which was a little bit unfortunate. It might have been deflected. Nice exchange. Nullified, though, has sustained a little bit of damage, which isn't so good for his stamina. The basket doing its job there. Love to see it.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah, that is actually a good stab that Nullified tried, but it's a little bit slow. So at that range, I suppose,
Oh,
Oak was
beautiful
able to
dash
set
in.
something up that was...
Right over his blade. 4-3.
That's a move we used to see more of. We don't see it as much anymore, but it is still good when set up properly. It no longer just bypasses the guard like it used to, but nice, clean cut to the hand.
Yeah. Again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record. This is how the slow-mo actually helps. See, we can see some of the attacks and the setups a little bit better, and we can appreciate what the players are doing. Anyway, down to the last flag.
Yeah.
Let's see who goes through. Let's see who goes out, and it's
Wow.
No who goes through.
Nice.
Kept his composure and defeats Oak here. We're gonna see Oak in the next event. But yeah, these lower bracket matches are designed. Oh, sorry, put Oak as the winner. Lower bracket matches are designed to be like this, you know, just sudden death experience. Okay, let's see. So Captain underscore 4, Julian scored 5. So Julian is gonna be left side, and Captain Adler is gonna be on the right. I'll probably keep this format of doing like the first 2 matches from the lower bracket and then immediately the match from round 2, because that way you give the winner of the match the possibility to fight another match again instead of just waiting for another 3 until they fight again. So it probably works better this way. Like you fight, I mean, I'm talking about the tournaments where there's like a best of 1, and so you don't have to fight a short fight and then wait another 3 and then fight again. So even now, the guys, the guys that are here, they're gonna fight a fight and then immediately they're gonna almost immediately get the chance to fight again. Okay, Julian left, as I said. Captain Adler on the right side. Marina for Julian, and Tarnavsky for Captain Adler. We haven't seen too many changes when it comes to characters. I think Null has been the one that changed characters the most. He started with Jendrik and then picked Sava and then picked Kalk. He's probably trying to make the most out of this experience and just playing a bunch of characters, and it's working well for him. He's in round 3. Caught the arm there. Strong attack. Oh, nice side step. Does not follow up immediately. And it ends in a double.
Nice. Crisscross. Aiming for the openings there. That's an underrated combination that Marina has. It's 2 horizontal cuts that come low. Not a lot of characters have a combination quite like that. Jan has a similar one, but it goes to the leg, not to the body. Yeah. Hits the head there. Nice.
Yeah, Julian with a good advantage, but we've seen a few of these fights. And on the other side, we'll see if Captain can score 3 here.
Yeah, he's trying to be patient, which I like.
Yeah.
Nice.
He gets one with a good trade.
I think he canceled initially, but he let it go.
Oh, and a nice push
Yeah,
there.
there, the push that worked this time.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
good change of strat there. It was pretty unexpected, and it worked for Julian. Thank you very much, Captain. We're gonna wait for you on the next one. Julian wins and moves to the next round. Now we're gonna see Abir. Let's see if this works for Agent Smash.
I got a flashback in that moment from Racer's tournament where Tarnovsky got pushed by Eve. And then I think it was Captain Adler, actually. He spun around and cut him out of nowhere.
Uh,
I thought that was going to happen
it
again
was my
for a moment.
tournament.
It was
It
funny.
was my tournament. It
Oh,
was.
was it? Oh, Racer was commentating. Yeah.
It was the
Cool.
Balance Discuss tournament, which was something like this one, like without all the meta picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Racer going, "What?" It was funny. Yeah, because I saw Tarno's arm position after being pushed. Obviously, it's exactly the same because he has the same push animation that hasn't changed. And I was just like, what's going to happen?
Let's see if change the sometimes changing the bandwidth helps with getting people in. No, it's not working. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Abir, I'm gonna send you a Steam link. I'm not gonna complicate with Parsec and Steam right now because I don't want to waste any more time, and Steam should be fine for you. You're like right next to me here. Here we go. I know it wasn't really good for Agent Smash, but we really don't have an option. Yeah, Agent Smash is here. Two bars, not too bad. Doesn't pop a what? Let's see if we have 12 people in the other tourney. No, still 11 people. So there's still one spot. Oh wait, I have a beer on the friends list. I think I can invite him from there. Just remembered. joining.
Uh,
It's not popping up the window.
Sounds like it's crashing. A beer, sometimes if you try again and again and again, it works randomly. I don't know, try that. If that doesn't work, then might have to just restart the game or something. Okay, yeah, then that's not gonna work.
Okay, let's try with Parsec then and just pray that it works. Yeah, you don't have to forfeit.
Oh, yeah, somebody asked if USFC is happening. It is happening. I announced it. Just FYI. Don't know who's challenging me today, or not today, tomorrow, though. We're gonna have to determine that the day of.
Okay, so Abir. Actually, is it Abir on the left side? Let me see. No, it's a agent. Agent left side, Abir right side. Let's pray that it works. Agent take left. Okay, okay, it works. Oh, awesome. Okay, agent is picking. Might pick Hassan, I think. Maybe he took your challenge. If there is a character that Hassan could do well, it could be Jendrik. Because Hassan is pretty fast and has a couple of options that would work against Jendrik.
Yeah, you generally, with Saber in general, you want to close in quickly and not overthink it against Jendrik. If you let Jendrik zone you out, that's when you'll lose. Or if you're too passive up close, Jendrik can start punching you and stuff.
Yeah, something like this. Just go.
Yeah, you can see
throw cuts.
it's a very simple plan, but it's working a little bit. Yeah. Wow. Hits the hand. I suspect Agent might not be familiar with Hassan's attack string, but he doesn't really need to be. He just needs to get in there and start cutting.
Yeah.
Oh, dashing was a slight mistake. That's it, Shirley. Wow. Okay.
Oh, look at that
Nice.
rampage jump. Yeah. Works there. 2-1. Yeah.
Nice. Yep. Just keeps going. It works.
Yeah, that's why I said like.
He's still. Wow.
Yeah, Hassan is not a. He may be the weakest, or could be the weakest on the roster, but he's not very far. It could be on the same level with some other characters in the game. Like he's still pretty dangerous and pretty usable. It's just that because it has the fundamentals down. I mean, as a decent guard for what it's worth. Good speed, couple of good moves. It's just that it lacks more on the complexity aspect. Yeah, thrust in the face.
Although speaking of, the trick shot worked. Oh, but the grab, nice.
Why did we get a sound like Marie's grab?
There's some kind of bug with his grab, yeah. Playing the wrong sound or something.
You know what? This is the funny part when you're playing with a lot of lag and whatnot, you tend to throw some stuff at very awkward times that can really catch people off guard.
Yeah.
And okay, on the
Yeah,
long run, it may not work, but in a five flags fight like this, it can definitely work.
yeah. And Yender's a bit of a glass cannon, so it only
Yeah.
takes one, but a beer is closing the distance.
Oh, got the leg.
Dashes in, slight mistake. Yeah. I say slight because he at least didn't eat an axe head to the body. Oh, tired now.
Oh, he killed him on the jump.
He exposed himself. Yeah,
Killed him on the jump.
he recovered just in time. And a beer got
Yeah.
greedy.
Agent Smash, do not leave, please. Uh, Agent Smash moves on to the next round. Beat is unfortunately eliminated. The awkwardness of Agent Smash was a little bit too much here. And we're going to see Julian facing Agent Smash. Julian is going to be left, Agent on the right. I'm going to send Julian a Steam link first. I hope he doesn't mind, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, we can go with Parse. Well, yeah. And this is the last fight that we can make in the lower bracket, and after that, we're moving back to the winners. Okay. I think we got. Or no, how is so that is. Yeah. Okay. So Julian is left and Agent Smash is on the right. I know Agent Smash is lagging like crazy, but it worked for him. Marina. Let's see. Oh, you can't pick Alex, I'm afraid. Alex is not allowed. Yeah, you can pick Lazo if you want to.
Yeah, he's not an underdog. I think we can all agree on that one.
Yeah. Out of all people, out of all people, you went straight to Alex. I mean, I could have understood like a Sam, maybe, or but not Alex. Like he's never going to be on this side. I mean, they could be, but those characters like they need to have like something like some bugs, like some game-breaking bugs that would make them really weak in order to go on the B side of things if you want. Anyway.
Yeah, and Alex is one of those characters. He wasn't mocapped by Devon Stith as such, but Kubel very clearly based his mocap on his movements. So it's kind of a pseudo mocap, if you will. So it's based on like very martially viable movements.
Yeah, it's the same thing that we've been talking so long about, which was Jacek being mocapped by probably the best fencer in the world. And obviously, some things are going to be pretty good for him. But anyway, back to the fight. 2-1. Marina Mir here. Marina, pretty popular pick here today. 2-2. Oh, punch to the face, 2-hit attack, and it's 3-2.
Zabrać mi to stąd!
Zabrać mi to stąd. I don't know, info, have I pronounced that right? Here we go. Oh, tries to go low. That was a good idea. But just opened himself to the head. And who knows, maybe we're going to see Agent Smash win another round here with heavy lag. He didn't do too bad in the
Nice
first
punch
one
there.
either against Turkish Marie. It was a very close fight.
Yeah. Yeah, the timings are definitely looking awkward for Julian to cope with. Julian needs one more.
Yep.
Quick hit there.
Double.
Ooh, dangerous gameplay by both. Yeah.
I have to say I haven't seen too many doubles today. For some reason, I think everybody's trying
Yeah.
to fight clean. Or especially in a 5 flags fight, you definitely want to be more strategic.
Yeah.
I mean, you always want to be strategic.
Quite an exchange.
Yeah.
Julian gets it.
Yep. That laugh. But a good showing by Agent Smash. Congratulations to him. He had a good first fight. He managed to win against Abir, and now a pretty decent showing against Julian as well. Thank you very much for competing. I know it wasn't the optimal experience for you, but we enjoyed watching you fight. Okay, we're now into round 3. We got 6 people left. We're going to, first of all, restart the game after using Steam, just to be on the safe side. And we're gonna have 2 keyboard warriors here. Info is going to face Insigni in a 10 points fight, and I think it's gonna be a very interesting one. Winner will also have a guaranteed top 3 presence, which means a guaranteed qualification to the Champions tournament. Or by the looks of it, yeah, we can call it tournament, but yeah, something like an elimination thing.
Yeah.
Info left, Insigni right. And we're
Alright, I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. We're in round 3. And we're going back to 10 points. Okay, Insigni is here. We're getting info as we speak. Info is left, Insigni right. Yeah, a very interesting match here. Looking forward to see who Insigni is going to play. Info left, Insigni right. Yeah, obviously Marie for Info. Geddy for Insigni. Obviously Geddy does have the speed, the power, and the HP to deal with Marie, but it's going to be pretty difficult to avoid getting poked. I'd say Geddy is pretty vulnerable to a character like Marie, but if played right, oh, nice thrust to the face. It can be devastating to Marie. I'll also have to be away for a few minutes. We're not gonna have a commentary. Just enjoy the fight.
And back looks like Info so far with a dominant performance against Insigny. Although Insigny does take another flag, as I say that. We've seen crazier comebacks before, so it's definitely not over. Info will have to remain locked in. There's the bleed away by Insigny. A clear bait, but Info is still testing the waters a little bit, not wanting to completely wait out Insigny, and it actually pays off well. It forces him to respond while not, exposing her to any attacks. Info's playing this really intelligently with the reach of the rapier, making it very difficult. Nice to see that dynamic working in Marie's favor. Good jab to the body. Going to the side now. Jab down low. Nicely done by Info. And then right through. Love it. I love seeing that Marie can actually do that to people now. The point just going straight through the body. Cleanly. Before, it would sometimes happen where the point is clearly connecting, but for some reason they would count as a graze. But now it's like collisions, like Venator was saying, they look way better. And again, we're not saying the game's perfect or that there's no bugs or anything like that. There's definitely some work to be done still across the board, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing. If we get more updates like this, we'll be on the right track for sure. Bit of taunting there. Love to see it by Info. Makes it a bit more difficult to defend. Insignia again with blade away, but Info doesn't seem to be overextending in response to that, and the low thrust was able to both get her out of the way and to attack that opening presented, running Gideon right through. Nice dash bait there by Info, but doesn't actually attack. Then there's the triangle as Insignia moves straight into it. Beautiful performance by Info. Nice try by Insignia, but didn't quite pay off. So 10-3 for Info.
Alright, I am back. Sorry for missing this fight. It looks like it was...
Yeah, no worries.
10-3. Oh, that's
10-3. Yeah.
a very solid victory here for Info. And she moves to the semi-final and has a guaranteed top 3 spot, which means the ability to use her favorite character in the last event. Now it's gonna be me and you. I am left side, you are right side. And let's have a nice fight.
Yeah.
And after that, immediately we're going into the lower bracket where we have, where we're gonna see 3 fights between Insigni, Null, Julian, and the loser of this fight. Okay, you got gamepad now.
Cool.
And here we go. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Sabo. Nice. Maybe Marie was supposed to be in the other category. Looking at how she's done so far. GG. Good fight.
Good game.
Some good moments there. You got three in a row
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, Sava doesn't feel very responsive. I was trying to do combos and nothing was working, so nicely done.
Yeah, he's not really a combo heavy guy. Yeah, Marie OP. It's
But she's definitely a lot stronger, there's no question.
yeah, it was always a thing with Marie. Like we knew that if she gets some things done or some things fixed, she will be pretty strong,
Yeah,
as she used to be back in the day. She was kind of
yeah,
like how she is right now. Still beatable, still with some pretty big weaknesses, but if played right, very difficult to beat.
mm,
Yeah, anyway, we're going to the lower bracket and we're gonna see Null take on Insigni in Five Flags. I'm sorry. Okay. This is gonna be Five Flags, and then it's gonna be you versus Julian in Five Flags.
yeah.
Null with the surprising path so far in the event. By the way, I don't know if you followed the action on the Two Strikes server. Null is quite of a star over there. He's the current
Nice.
daimyo on the server, which means that he has a lot of tournaments and medals won. He's currently ranked number one in the race for Shogun. Shogun is obtained after winning 10 trophies, like basically 10 tournaments. And he's doing a very good job there, and he's actually beating even players that like the OGs of that community.
Yeah.
And he's been beating me in every single tournament. This last was it this week? Yeah, this week actually he didn't compete in one of the tournaments, and I finally managed to win my first Two Strikes tournament just because Null was not in it. Because every time I got to the final, he stopped me in the final. So
Mm-hmm.
I thanked him for that. Here we go. Let's see how he does in Hellish Quart though.
Yeah, he has quite a skill set with fighting games. He does well at Tekken as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I think
yeah.
really helps him.
Null on the left and Insignia on the right. Okay, let's see who Null picks this time. He's going with Laszlo, and if you remember, he used to be quite of a Laszlo player at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, loses the trade there. Insignia gets him. I na zdrowie. Two. Three now. By the way, whoever wins this, do not leave Parsec because you're gonna be fighting very soon again. Yeah, Insignia is just going
Nice
for
combination, A
it.
to
Yeah,
B.
4-0.
Yeah.
Let's see if Null comes back. We've seen him coming back twice so far. Pretty difficult assignment here, though. Goes for the cut to thrust. That was his signature move back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
where that move was, frankly, quite broken at one point. If you remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. If it tickled you, you were dead.
Yeah. Oh, goes for
Oh,
the
nice grab.
Yeah, and that's it for Null here today. Insigni wins. and moves on to the semi-final. Do not leave, Insignia. You're going to be fighting soon again. Now we're going to see Julian facing Subu, also in a 5-flag fight. And then the winner of this one is going to face Insignia in the semi-final. Julian, Subu. Subu's already here. All we need is Julian. Julian kind of also sneaked his way in to this round.
Yeah.
Kind of flew under the radar. Had a first fight, didn't go really well, but then won the second, won the third, and now here he is, just one step away from the semi-final. That's also one of the perks of this particular system, with 5 flags in the lower bracket, which is climbing back up to the later stages does not feel like a grind. You can get it pretty quickly if you're sharp enough. Laszlo here for Subu, which is, I think, it's a pretty solid pick for this particular matchup. And also Subu has played Laszlo a few times before, so he knows how to use him. Yeah. Nice, goes for the long guard chop there. Oh, nice side step. Three one. Also, guys, if you're asking yourselves these questions, these tournaments are counting for the ranking points. They're considered minor tournaments. So earning a top 3 here or even 4th place will give you some points. The only one that might not be scored as usual could be the Champions Tournament. If it's only limited to a few players, it might become just a custom tournament, which doesn't give too many ranking points, but still delivers like 5 points for the winner. Anyway, back to the fight. 4-3 here. Subu needs one more to continue towards the fight with Insigni. Double. I like the side step move he's been using. Not as fast as I don't know, Jan or Bara, who have a very similar move, but still functional. Yeah, and he goes for the second back Y follow up there. 5-3. Subu wins. Very good pick. Julian, thank you very much. A good showing here today. I think he's also in the next event, so we're going to see him there. And now we're going to see Insigni fighting Subu in the first semi-final here today. And we're going to find out who's going to be in the top 3 and gain qualification to the Champions Tournament. Points in the rankings. And the ability to use the character in the final tournament. Okay, let's give him what he needs. Insigni left side, Subu right side. Marta for Subu. Yendrik for Insigni. Insigni probably didn't want to repeat the same experience he had against Marie, which when he was poked. But honestly, Yendrik is also not the best pick when it comes to avoiding being poked. have the best guard. Yep. Already 2, Subu, 3. Yeah, 4. Fight going pretty quickly. Yeah, quick work here for Subu, 5-1. And Insigni gets 4th place here today. Congratulations. Still some solid performances throughout. And Subu will be waiting for the loser between me and Info, but he has a guaranteed top 3 spot. That being said, let's move on to the winners bracket. And we're going to see Info on the left. I am going to be on the right, and let's see who's the best Marie. No pressure, Info. Unless Info, of course, wants to play somebody else, but that wouldn't be a good idea, I think. And here we go. Oh, wait, we have to change it back to 10. Not many fights left, only 3, potentially 4, depending on what happens in the final.
Good fight, by the way, to both Julian and Insigni.
Here we go.
And yeah, I played Laszlo. He instantly felt way more responsive than Sava. It's like a night and day difference. Definitely liked playing him a lot more. I don't know if that would have worked out against Marie, to be fair, but it seems like if I want to play a Saber, he might be the one for these this set of characters. Laszlo still, like, I know he was nerfed and it was under questionable circumstances, but he still feels pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty solid. It's just that the nerf that he got does not make him as viable against the stronger characters, but he's still
Yeah. Right.
nice dash.
Runs him right through the arm there. Good sidestep attempt. Actually, that I think benefited Venator because he might have eaten a direct hit if he had not sidestepped. So nicely done. Then he gets run through again. That stab, if you set it up, is a brutal attack. Lunge trade, not particularly clean hits here, but then the lunge comes in, the dash, running Marie right through the gut there. Not a place you want to be hitting. Wow, a cancel by Info. Gave Venator a nice tap coming out of that. Yeah, Info's Marie has been incredible today. Venators has been good too, but I'm starting to think Infos might be on another level, but we'll see. It's definitely not over. Venator can still make some good adjustments, and the situation can change very quickly. Again, worthy of note that Venator has that experience to back this choice up, even if he doesn't really main Marie. Yeah, it's even just like that. And you really don't want to be sent to the losers bracket in this format, so they're both, although they do have that second chance if worst comes to worst, it's probably best not to be put in that situation. So they're gonna give it their all. Then you go straight to the finals if you win, so. Stakes are pretty damn high. Will lunge. Yeah, it's a viable move again. And if you hit cleanly, it definitely hits with quite a bit of power. I think it looks cleaner though. Yeah. Cut straight to the face. Yeah, Venator is starting to inch out a slight advantage now as the fight goes on. But by no means a done deal. Info is able to gather that dash attack, thankfully for her, but couldn't quite get the kill shot after that punish. Ooh, yeah, that low thrust comes in so fast. It's the new London. Because you can cancel that thing. Again, how damage is calculated in this game is a bit of a mystery, but I still suspect, especially if the rapiers, you notice it, if you walk into it, I feel like it does more. I would have to test it, but I feel like that's how it works. And if you're moving away from it, it's more likely to be counted as a graze. You know, kind of like Mountain Blade. It's not particularly complicated, but I think that plays a role. Nice grab. Yeah, that's what Info is known for. I was hoping to see a bit of that. Oh, and we're down to the wire. Yeah, there's nothing medieval about this game at all. It's pretty firmly, as Sion says. I was gonna say. It's modern. Just not modern as in today. Modern as in the historical era, which spans a pretty long period of time. We could nerd out about that for a long time, but I'm going to stick to the fight, as this is a very pivotal moment. I'll leave that to the people commenting. Stab to the face by Venator, and Venator needs one more. But as we've seen before, 2 flags basically means nothing as far as how quickly that can change. Psychologically, maybe it means a bit more to Info right now because, you know, literally one mistake and it's over. In fact, there was a mistake, but thankfully Info wasn't straight up killed. There was a close call though, getting tired and everything. But she is able to recover. That can have an impact on your damage, and it can have an impact on your ability to block as well. So when you're down stamina as a result of taking a hit, it can be pretty bad. But Info staying composed, a bunch of hits, eventually Info gets it. And we're down to the wire. This is as good as it gets as far as Marie Mirrors. Info dashing in, and a grab possibly coming out, I thought, but no, Venator just continues. Wow. I thought Info was going to grab you for sure, but
Yeah,
surgical.
I expected that to happen, and that's why I kind of mashed the X button as fast as possible. Not that that happened, but that was a great fight.
Yeah,
And I'm actually glad that it was 10 points because it showed how close it was.
yeah.
And let's see if Info needs a minute before fighting you or good to go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom and give Info that minute before fighting
Yeah,
you. And then we can
yeah.
continue with the next.
Fine. I'll actually take the opportunity to do that as well. One moment.
Okay, Info still in. You are in. So we're doing that fight right now. Info is left side. You are right side. This is a
Yeah.
5 flags fight. So anything can happen. And then the winner is going to get back to the grand final for one or potentially two 10 points fights. Info left. And the Sue right. Marina here from Subu. Interesting choice. But I can definitely see it work. Especially in a 5 flags fight. Yeah, Subu's limping. Doesn't have too many options. Another hit there landed by Info. Oh, and a nice cut. And Info takes it.
Somebody's moving me.
Wait, I think it might be Info's thing again.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened when she killed me too. It's hard to say as I was pressing the Y button and moving, so I don't know.
Is it happening again now?
But definitely, yeah. Hang on. Okay, it looks okay now.
Yeah, I disabled her gamepad.
Okay.
For some reason, it happens only with you. I don't know why. This thing. Oh, pause.
Oh, you want to restart? Sure, we can do that
Want to restart? Okay,
if you want. Yeah.
that's fine.
Appreciate it, info. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it.
1-1. Info tried again the same move. It didn't work there. Oh, opportunity to capitalize there. Probably a little bit too slow with the follow-up. Oh, and Subu with a quick counter tempo there, and it's 2-1. Yep, again goes to the face, 3-1. Yeah. A quick cut to the head. Subu's playing this the right way. It's very likely that the previous fight was pretty draining for Info here. That's always a skill that you have to acquire, which is kind of gather yourself after a very close fight that you lost. It takes a lot of energy out of you. But Info takes another flag back here, and maybe she will come back. Oh, and Subu just went ham there with a couple of cuts. Info was patient and scored 4-3. Dash in 4-4. From 4-1, now it's 4-4. Last flag. Let's see who takes it. Let's see who goes to the final. Both land a hit. Subu with the shield up. Oh, lands another hit. Aggression there from Subu, moves back. This is tense. It's 2-1 on hits for now, but they're both going pretty strong. Oh, and I think Info did not back away one more time, and Subu actually takes it very close fight, 5-4. Info gets third place here today. Congratulations, and the ability to use actually the ticket to the Champions tournament and the ability to use her favorite character. I actually have a system in mind, like we do with the clones. Like you get multiple versions of yourself if you get multiple medals, but more on that later. Subu wins and comes back to the grand final, and guess what? The first tournament I host after a long time is the same final as always.
Yeah.
Me versus Subu. We're going back to 10 points. Congratulations. Oh, wait. Congratulations for these tight wins. It's not easy, and especially as a favorite, it's even tougher to deal with these small score fights.
Yeah. Yeah, and it felt like I had to be very strategic with what characters I was picking when, so it was fun. Nice change from just sort of playing Bar or Izzy for every matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I am on the left side. You are on the right side. And we're going with the character for now. That has taken us to the final. And see how it goes.
push myself onto that blade for you.
Thank you.
I did it again. Look at that. I gotta respect the rapier. That's what I love about the new Marie.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, I think I canceled.
Yeah, it happens. Especially when
Yeah.
you're not ready for it.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, sometimes it's like this. You know, just one cut and that's it. Nice.
Nice,
GG.
GG.
Yeah. It happens that I was practicing today with Marie, and the character
Yeah.
that I actually practiced against was actually Marina. Uh, Not sure how much it helped today, but I was practicing and I was thinking which characters can I actually face in this tournament that would give me problems. And I played a little bit against Tarna and a little bit against
Mm-hmm.
Marina, and it helped me understand
Yeah.
some things. But yeah, great job, great tournament. It took a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, congratulations on second place. Especially, I mean, for both of us, considering that we don't really play any of these characters here, so it goes to show that fundamentals still carry you towards the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, what's going to happen is that we're going to take a 10 minutes break. Then I'm going to start stream number 2 and tournament number 2. Let's see if we got the 12 people over there. No, still 11. So if anybody's listening or watching and wants to compete, there's still one spot left there. We're going to have the same format, but obviously different characters, and things are going to get a little bit more intense. And after that, there's going to be a very small, um, let's call it tournament with the medalists of this event. And you know what? Actually, since we have 1 minute before we have 10 until the end, I'm going to tell you how it is. Basically, just like the concept that I used before with clones. So if you get 2 medals, so let me give an example. So Subu, you got a medal now. Um,
Yeah.
and if you get another medal, you're gonna have like two tickets in that tournament, like two versions of you. One of
Eh,
them, yep,
Yeah.
one of them is gonna be uh, with the characters that we have in this tournament, and the other one with the characters from the other tournament, and another one is going to be three in total with your main. Like you can use any character in the game. So basically, we're going to have a bunch of people with a bunch of versions of themselves, something like that. But yeah, you'll see how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I cannot make a full third tournament because it's gonna be way too long. So we're gonna do it
Yeah.
like that. So what you have to do is try to take one of the top one of the top three spots.
Yeah.